You know, they say that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So we're just gonna type in the word what and see what it comes up with. You know, I feel like typing the word what is just the complete randomizer when it comes to these generations. This is just a cubic dog head sitting on a desk. What? So this is a very crude drawing of a guy living inside of a mouth. I think there's some Simpsons characters in there. Man, some of these, the more you look at them, you're like, where did it come up with this? So these what guys is like a rabbit and a piece of toast throwing money around, and a confused statue of a clown, a really deranged rabbit with money, a cat taking a bath, also a very disabled looking cat off to the side. Is this guy a toy or is he just really small? But you better watch out for that gorilla man coming for you. Now we got, what is this, Burger King Cookie Monster with the Lay's soda? Man, there's so many action figures coming up in these. A cat doing the wipe your butt on the rug dance, and a cat playing, it looks like he's playing Scrabble but with keys from a keyboard. Is this just E.T. wearing a suit? A puppy on a plate. What is that can supposed to be of? What is that, like sausages soaked in Pepsi in that can? Man, that little fur ball isn't looking so good. And I guess he swallowed too many of these coins disguised as pain meds. And some Lego toy pieces very confused about what a yarn ball is. This creepy bunny man saying what? With his frog friend and his pug. Look a little scared of him. Question marks with a pile of cats. And some more cat worms. Man, I'd love to just show up to like Roswell, New Mexico, and they're just selling suckers with this image on them. And now we've got Doge on a TV. I mean, I think that's a TV, but his ear is popping up over the side, as well as the cat on the bottom and a cat seal just sitting on top. All right, now Kermit the Frog is on the TV talking to a control room full of Lego people, but more like Disney character Lego people. All right, now this rabbit hanging out with a Minion and SpongeBob under the sea. I mean, the Minion's the only one having a good time though. Alright, so that's what we've got from just typing what over and over again. How about we switch it up and type when? Okay, this is very interesting. So we've got a Sonic-haired wolf man in a suit standing in London with a crowd of people cheering along with him, looking at a double-decker bus driving through the river, and some creatures following behind it. Man, there are a lot of stories going on in this one picture. Here we just have an army of fairy cats visiting you while you're trying to work. Although I really don't like the look of that one off to the side. When you've got a frog and a dog looking at a plate that has a dead frog on the plate. Oh, and a little flying catbird on top of the dog. And looks like a lizard person or alien wearing a mask working at a desk. There's a little bean man standing in the rain out in the city. A very picturesque night in the rain where planets are about to collide with Earth. Alright, is this supposed to be Thanos holding some Shrek head? There's a cat on the fence. There's just random animals and superheroes just hanging around in the city. When you... that relatable moment. When you... When, why, we? Oh, the poor sad cat. He doesn't know when he wheezes. When whale? Hey, anybody want to get this printed on a coffee mug? Is this crying Tobey Maguire on a postcard? A devious robot with Wai-heen written in sugar. Oh, here's a cat by the pond in the snowy village. And a printed out picture that says, "We fime." This guy seems really terrified of whatever that girl is carrying. Now I guess the moon is just stoned out of his mind, just chilling out in a field. And the Joker sitting in a congressional hearing. But I'm a little more concerned about his friend here, who looks like his face is crumbling off. Man, it's so weird when you're trying to get an image of something, but it's like you get a picture of hands holding the picture of what you're looking for. Man, I don't even know what's happening here. And this dude and a three-armed horned sheep person fighting over a stick. And now we got Trump holding a Pennywise poster that says wet. And the hat says Wet Wing Village. And now we just got an army of Pepes having a trash party out in the New York City war zone. When you drink this can, something will happen. When you tien. What are these characters? I mean, some of them look kind of familiar. I feel like it's trying to mix certain characters together. When you ridix. I think this Jesus is an imposter. When we... Man, every time it squeezes Pepe into one of these, it makes it so much funnier. Oh, here's a very sophisticated wolf drinking tea out in the rain. What is this supposed to be? Some secret Pokemon card? And a magical giant bear over the tiny village. Man, I don't even want to know what the plans are with this bathtub. What is this? Some cat control room? Says when home. What is this branding for? And why does she have the same ears as all the horses? Is this supposed to be a pregnancy test or something? And now we've got BoJack Horseman and a weasel looking dog on the hood. Alright, let's follow this comic for a second. So there's the dog wearing headphones, and then he looks at the sky and gets terrified of space, and now the guy is wearing headphones while watching the dog get consumed by a fiery dog demon. demon coming through the wall. That's quite the story. What is going on? This has got to be one of the weirdest pictures I've ever gotten from AI. When he's so intimidating with that wooby hat. Okay, driving your tiny car through the flood. When you what? When you become a dragon and give flowers to somebody? When I wet. Spoken like a true frog. When yo een? Man, that's a pretty large front entry sign for whatever this shop is. When you're der yo ne hyosi. And then Ninja Turtle, Dragon Hand, Explosion, and Nip. Wow, AI is quite the storyteller. And here we've got the Joker, as well as a few funny-looking Batmans. When your wall, when you do... What are these faces? When, why, me? Why has this head got to be two different moons? Man, the billboards they put up in Asia are just so different than what I see here. Wow, as weird as this picture looks, it probably encapsulates the prompt the best, considering it's just kind of showing every period in the history of Earth. And here we have the sun that's very happy to be burning this house down. There's another Pepe. He's always finding his way into these. Okay, the demon mask. Getting coffee poured by a Pokemon. A party in the woods made way more fun with the big green hand. Going crazy when you start seeing faces on all the buildings. And we'll throw in another Joker just for good measure. Alright, that's enough of when. Let's try why. Why, Dall? So there's a Pikachu, two Batmans, and then two old guys with little blobby bodies just hanging out on a train track in front of a fire. Why? I don't know, that's the question. This looks like there's a lot of deep meaning going into this picture, but who knows what it is. Why? Says the naked thinking man in the jungle. Way. Frowny face. Why? From the bunny sitting at the table that says WAPTs. Everybody's holding weapons, but what the heck is this guy in the bottom right? Does he just have like 4 arms? Also, I can't tell what that little thing in the bottom center is, but it's like a bird frog holding a gun. That's my only guess. Alright, why isn't giving me very good results. So let's move on to who. Yes, very clever, Owl. I'm asking who. Who? That is the question. These are so oddly artistic, but just so strange at the same time. Yeah, this guy's really trying to figure out who. What about how? How could there be 3 polar bears sitting at a table out in front of the Capitol building? How could there be a giant bull bear in the city? What is this? How Y2K should have happened? Everyone's using their laptops to fight against the moon? Man, there have been so many just scared cats in this whole video. What the heck kind of car mod is this? I mean, if you're ever able to drive that to a car show, you'll probably get lots of questions about it. So something pretty interesting I found out is that no 2 AI generated images are the same. So even if you and another person typed in the exact same prompt, even if it was a much more specific prompt than just one word, like you will always get different results, even if you just type the same one over and over again. So if somebody starts spreading around a picture saying, hey, I generated this, but you're like, no, I generated that. If they try to tell you that like, oh, I just put in the same prompt and got the same results, just know that they're lying. But that's all for now. I'll see you later.